Hello, explorers. Today we're zooming back in time to an amazing and very tall story called the Tower of Babel. A long, long time ago, after the big flood, all the people in the world were together. And guess what? They all spoke the exact same language. It was like one big happy family where everyone understood every word. The people decided to travel until they found a wonderful flat land called Shinar. They looked around and said, "This is perfect. Let's build a super-duper city right here." But they had an even bigger idea. They said, "Let's not just build a city, let's build a tower. A tower so incredibly tall that its top will reach right up into the heavens. We will make a name for ourselves and stay together forever." So they started working. It was a huge construction site. Since they all spoke the same language, working together was easy. One person would shout, "Brick, please," and another would instantly pass it over. More mud, and boom, the mud was there. The tower grew higher and higher like a giant ladder touching the clouds. Now up in the heavens, God was watching all this activity. He looked down and saw the tiny people in their enormous tower. God said, "Wow, look at this. They are all one people and they all speak the same language. If they can do this, nothing will stop them from doing anything they imagine. This isn't about working together. It's about trying to reach my level." God decided to do something to encourage them to spread out across the earth, as he had originally intended. So God came down and did a surprising thing. He confused their language. Suddenly, the building site became chaos. A builder might shout, "Pass the red brick." But his friend would hear, "Bring me a tiny bird." Or, "Where's the blue fish? The scaffolding is wobbly." One man yelled, but the others heard a giant potato is singing opera. They couldn't understand a single thing each other was saying. The noise and confusion were unbelievable. They were shouting, pointing, and shaking their heads. Because they couldn't talk to each other anymore, they couldn't work together. The amazing construction project had to stop. Slowly, groups of people who could still understand each other gathered together. They packed up their things and traveled to new places, speaking their new languages. They scattered all over the world just as God had wanted. That's why the city they were building was called Babel, which means confusion. It's a great reminder that working together is wonderful, but we should always remember who the real master builder is. Thanks for joining our amazing journey through the Bible. See you next time.